Well, welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson, with Cowboy Wisdom Podcast and Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity, presenting 7 ways why life mirrors the Roadrunner and the coyote. I was thinking about this the other day, and I used it last night as a metaphor, but life does, because the coyote's always in chaos, and the Roadrunner scares uh, the coyote with a beep beep in the present moment. And how does our present moments kind of create unsettling uh, thoughts, knowledge, and wisdom within us? Because the here and now is all we have, but we try to live it from yesterday. So today, I opened my enterprising ears and wise eyes to understand and admit a plan mirrors the coyote. Because you're making the plans, you're getting this, and you got everything you can think of, everything you know, everything possible, and everything everybody else knows in the situation. Yet, as soon as everything starts, the chaotic awakenings begin because it all goes awry, or there's little parts of it go awry. Then the Roadrunner and his wisdom come up and go beep, and you get all nervous and frustrated and mad and do whatever us humans do. Usually it's a poopy do, but that's the way it is. And the thing about a plan is, it's like getting on top of the rocket, one of the Coyotes rockets from the Acme Corporation, and that's an unaimed, unmanned, uncontrolled rocket, and you just light it. Next thing you know, you're blasting into the side of a hill, and you got stars coming out, and you got this, because a plan never allows for the out of everywhere dares where the everything the computer can do, manufacturing everything you do never fits the situation. Because a plan is everything you think you know, the computer knows, and everything else. But it never allows you to maneuver. But it really sets that hard headed, stubborn, egotistical mindset where you're right and the world is wrong, and you never go anywhere. That's why an outline mirrors the Roadrunner, because an outline you can image, design, and maneuver through life with it. See, we think we got everything planned out, and all we got is the bland landing us in a pool of poopy doo. How many of your plans you've had laid out perfectly go awry within the first 2 days? They all do, because life gets in the way of life, and the outside world and the universe and the mischievous guides, whatever is out there. I don't want to put any names to it because everybody's got their own. Whatever you name the invisible world, to me, it's an innovative savant. And that is going to show you the best way to your desired outcome. But the Roadrunner, no matter how well the coyote plans, it always goes, he always lands in a pile of dust or someplace with stars coming around his head, and or he's getting up in the clouded dust at the bottom of the valley, and he gets out and kind of goes, oh. Well, that's kind of the way life is. Because we try to do the Roadrunner, plan it out, or the coyote, we try to plan it out to get that Roadrunner, and all the Roadrunner does is come up behind us and go beep beep. Then you got to go back to you got to walk towards the Acme Corporation to get a new unguided rocket to see if you can catch that little Roadrunner. See, life is like a cartoon, because you got to be kind of crafty and wise to catch that little Roadrunner, but the coyote never do. He's too busy planning. Never takes time to understand. And, that's the thing about plans. They're bland. And look at how well everybody's plan in the world is doing. When you're more free flowing in an uneducated, unrealized, unexplainable, uneducated, and unrehearsed life, and you flow in the go of your intuition, imagination, innovation, you're kind of like the roadrunner. If it catches you, you're through. Well, you become the roadrunner. I caught the lavish abundance, and the coyote is through. Oh, a singer, ain't I? Not really. But what it is, it makes you laugh. And see, cartoons make you laugh. Life makes you. But life is to have fun and laugh and do things. We take life too serious. But it isn't life we're taking too serious. We take ourselves too serious. And that is the coyote. You take yourself too serious. Next thing you know, that little roadrunner coming up behind you going, beep, 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 beep. And then you jump out of your pants and scrambling for the whatever you scramble for. But the roadrunner, he always going down. He's always got a kind of a classy stroll to him through life as a coyote's always thinking. See how overthinking, knowing knowledge, and thoughts, they kind of mirror that coyote. You're always up to something. The roadrunner, he's just flow. He's kind of just strolling and strutting his stuff, and coyote's got a plan. Then he gets that big old light bulb up here going, and he gets that rocket or some kind of trap, and he's got it all figured out. He knows exactly how he's going to capture that roadrunner. The roadrunner goes a different way, and the poor coyote, he ends up in the side of a hill or down at the bottom or in some kind of a mell of a hess. And he's got stars coming out, and he's getting out and kind of, doing the super duper, and then he just kind of, ooh. That's kind of the way life is when you plan it and you become programmed. Something I really understand about programs now. All they do is lock and block you in what other people do. When you open up to the roadrunner's rebellious optimism, appreciating daily rebellious unlimited nirvana, naturally expanding the regal wisdom within you, you fly high. And see, plans will take you wherever you know. Image outlines take you to the divine daredevilry, to image design your desired outcome. As outlines show you the path with inquisitive, innovative questions leading the way to the moneyed up accomplished outcomes. As I now am awakening aware, chaos is chaotic awakenings. That's kind of like the roadrunner when he comes up behind the coyote. The coyote goes this and takes off. Then he gets that, that little sleuthy thing. He gets to thinking, oh, yeah. And then that light bulb, and they show an image of him catching the roadrunner. But he never does. And that's kind of the way life is. We try to think, know, plan our life, and it ends up, it ends up good, but it ends up being in the control of something else. See, CEOs are controlled by the corporations. They ain't free. See, did you ever realize wealthy people have it good, but they're also in control of the business controls them? So they're really the roadrunner they're really the coyote without even realizing they're controlled by their business. Then they become greedy and the business controls them. So who is more free? Somebody that's living out in the desert off the grid or up in the mountains off the grid, or a CEO or a businessman with a big business? Who's free? Who's controlled? See, I come to this awakening. The person in the desert may not have the money, but he has a liberation, relaxation, and a freedom somebody in business never does. That's the thing about business. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's wise to own a business. But how does that business become the coyote and control you, and everything you do in your life is towards that, and you forget, you stop understanding how to communicate with people. This world has zero communication skills. So when I hear the Roadrunner beep beep, it energizes my campaigner's curiosity to awaken me to understand. Esteem, the Roadrunner is free-flowing energy of intuition, imagination, innovation, inspiration, liberation, wisdom, insight, and clarity. For me to have the gunner's gumption to listen, question, comprehend wisdom, revelations within my daily life. Never overthinking about where my life is, never becoming a coyote, trying to think and trying to think in what's and maneuver through life with a coy way to be shrewd, rude, but yet end up at the bottom of the valley or inside the mountain with a pile of dust of dimwit inside me. I've done that pile of dust of dimwit. Trust me, it's a delusional thing. The coyote has delusions, thinking he's going to catch the roadrunner, but the roadrunner just comes up behind him, and goes beep beep, and strolls away. How would you like to be liberated from you? That's one thing the Roadrunner is. He's liberated from the Roadrunner. The coyote is consumed by the Roadrunner. So, what consumes you in your life to stay the same today as yesterday? And that's something I'm professional at. How does you wake up in the morning when you're totally being liberated, but totally honest with yourself? How is every day the same? You think and know the same. You listen and question your way to the promised land. And that's something the world has never really been, is it feeling and experiencing the promised land. You know, I listen to a lot of different stuff, but when somebody says, oh, I got a business. No, the business has them in control and locked and blocked in. Everything they do is about that business. They never understand how to relax with inspiration and liberation. Silence is a savvy, intuitive leisure, invigorating now, celebrating every day. But we get so caught up in trying to go be busy and productive. That's a roadrunner. He's busy and productive, always trying to catch that coyote. And all that coyote does is wait for him to set one of his traps. All he does is go in there and set the trap off, and the poor roadrunner, he's either got to fall 300 foot into a valley, run into a deal, or just get blowed up with his little, I love the stars, and he gets going like this and stuff. That's kind of the way we do when we get into a challenge. But something I really want people to understand, change, heal, create, transformation, and forgiveness mirror the coyote, because you're trying to think what you're supposed to do next. As the Roadrunner is liberation, insight, clarity, intuition, imagination, unleashing and utilizing your sleek, unique talents to stroll through life. But we're afraid of the stroll because nobody's telling us what to do. See, the Roadrunner dictates the coyote's thinking and knowing, because all he can think about is getting that coyote. The coyote just kind of flows along and sets a trap for the coyote's trap. So how does your thinking and knowing set a trap for you as you're listening? Inspiration, wisdom set the trap for the thinking and knowing, because it awakens you to understand you are the free-flowing energy of your life. And once you let go and stop ordering and following other people's programs, you stop ordering things from the Coyotes Acme Corporation of gimmicks, floundering around in yesterday's dilemmas, but yet thinking you're getting out of them. Whenever you go into the thinking mind, you're never liberated. The thinking memory mind has subconscious frozen in time representations for everything you're doing. That's something I really understand. And I've really experienced that myself. Is when I'm doing something and I go into yesterday, today I go into yesterday, makes today yesterday. And how do you wake up in the morning with yesterday's dilemmas controlling your life today? I do. I'm not one of them say, oh, I don't do that no more. The hell I don't. It isn't that I do it. It's how quick I realize it and rise out of it. That is the thing about liberation. Everybody can say what they want. Oh, I'm a professional, I'm this. Well, most of them are full of BS because they still do it. But the difference is with liberation and the way Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity does it, it shows you the way to admit it and rise right out of it. See, because you got so many frozen in time representations in your subconscious mind, you're binded in yesterday a lot. I still wake up with my parents and things like that, but I get to be the Roadrunner and go beep, beep, gone. Faster than a rocket to the moon. As I fly over the moon, I magically open my optimistic now to wow me with the wanderer's curiosity and a pioneering prowess and a trailblazer tenacity to understand the here and now is a now trail of triumph. It's a fresh path of enlightenment. I don't like using new because new goes out. It's all now. A new now wow is what I experience. Wisdom, optimism, wonders, curiosity. Strolls me through life like the road runner. I'm going to catch that money. But see, how is the world really stuck in yesterday's dilemmas right now? And see, that is the coyote of our life. Everything we think and know is the coyote's control because it all comes from yesterday. And and another thing, the words we speak is from a socialized, mundane vocabulary. And fresh words are now words are words that people have never experienced before, scares them more than anything else. I have people, you use big words. I don't use one big word. I use now words. See, words, a liberating lingo is going to rise you out of yesterday, opening up to today's daredevilry. And the vocabulary we use from school, childhood, and whatever keeps the subconscious mind wound and bound in memory. Good, bad, or indifferent, as I now realize the Roadrunner's beep beep is an awakening, jump starts my jovial, ubiquitous mystique, poise, streams, trailblazer audacity, to understand and admit life is liberating invitations, eliminating coyotes' gimmicks of trying to trick me into the panic with me setting on a rocket trying to catch the Roadrunner, ending up crashing into something. Is a fallacy of a thinking, knowing mind and knowledge and a school system of what everybody else wants me to know instantly woke me up to understand I'm grand, to rise out of any program, to undo the shams of a program, because programs are what are limitations. And they're a slick gimmick gumming up an awakening. Everybody, something I really understand about the self-help personal growth world, it's an extension of college education. They try to dress it up and make it all pretty, but it's just an extension of education. Its goals, this. There's nothing about individualist internal savvy today. An individualist, that means you're uncontrolled by the outside world. And when you open up to sovereign liberation, you're uncontrolled and unattached to the outside world. And liberation is life's invitation, boldly expanding, robust entertainers, daredevil within you to entertain your brain of fame, to free you from everything. As I awaken to understand, thinking, knowing, memory is an institutionalized education is recycled ignorance from yesterday. Understanding the socialized BS is a coyote looking for gimmicks for me to buy into their programs all passed away yesterday. As I now realize, the coyote is the past. The Roadrunner is the here and now. The coyote is a past memory trying to control today's events, experiences, encounters, creating drama, trauma, insecurity, immaturity, unrealized blockages and limitations and barriers I think are in the outside world, but really the Roadrunner within me understands they're my internal comfort zone. As my Roadrunner goes beep beep, I scare the crap out of the memories causing me to jump off the cliff into a pile of dusty illusions, because all internal dismay is self-taught delusion, looking outside myself for the path or for the answers. Mirrors the coyote ordering gimmicks from the Acme Corporation, as the coyote had the best laid out plan until he let the fuse on that unguided rocket right down the cliff or into the mountain. That's what thinking, knowing from yesterday does. And so I awaken to my Roadrunner out of everywhere dares of my dreams, desired lifestyle, accomplished outcomes, and my son of the fun leisure, loving extravagant success, unleashes rapturous elegance, dances through me as I rose out of my coyote crap to rise, shine, expand of my Roadrunner, clever spectaculars. As I now realize I am the Roadrunner bravado, beep beep, as I kicked all my worn out doubt, egotistical arrogance, stubbornness, know-it-all ignorance, hard-headedness, that tried to cover up my fears with scaredy cat brattiness, self-inflicted stress, self-sabotaging boundaries, being told what to do, blaming the outside world for my shams of shame, damning me from my inner dialogue, another rat-a-tat crap to get the F out of my life, unleashes my Roadrunner gunner gumption, embellishing my sleek, unique talents. Let's fly, my trailblazer acumen, agility, ability, and acuity. Unleashes my beep beep, blatant emancipating energy, propels bold, enterprising endeavor and prowess. Wow, my wonders, optimistic wisdom, clarifying my whys, and she's clever, liberating adventures, rebellious, innovative, trend-setting pizzazz, jazzes up my Roadrunner, rebellious optimism, adventurous dreamers, revelations, neons, nirvana, enterprising rendezvous. As I receive my lavish, endless abundances of fun of the sun, leisure, loving everyday splendor, unsheaths my relaxing elegance to dance me through life with ease now and forevermore. I soar, a spirit of omnipotence, appreciating my regal lifestyle. How does it feel to be the Roadrunner? sneaking up behind all your fears, all your barriers, limitations, blockages, and go beep, 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 and scare the well out of them, and they run away from you. And I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity and Cowboy Wisdom Podcast. May your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me and the world.